what you see is what you get, and he means every word of what he says. And every class that he teaches, it's taught with complete honesty.
There's a tradition that goes on in this dojo, this karate club, that you wouldn't expect to find on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Here amidst Lincoln Center, the Metropolitan Opera, and these oases of gourmet delights, you've got Tokyo+on+the+Hudson. And Mori Sensei's dojo is not another Tiger Schulman or a Black Belt Academy. In this humble, traditional dojo, every action that's performed, each ritual that takes place, is part of a larger design that Mori Sensei has in mind for his students. Here is this Japanese man who's been teaching traditional karate in the same building for 35 years, who barely speaks English, but yet is able to transmit these moral and spiritual principles in his own very unique way.
Yeah, but your punches are poor.
He doesn't treat every student exactly the same way.
All the time. Must look.
It boggles the mind when you watch him in a class. He's dealing with this person's insecurity, and then this person's fear, and this person's aggressiveness, and this person's cruelty. And it's all guised in the mask of a karate class.
Your big body. Come on, right.
And that is what makes him truly, truly unique as a teacher. People study martial arts for all sorts of reasons. You can go someplace to learn to defend yourself, like a gym, and learn how to box. And you can go to a health spa to get fit. Why you choose a medium like a martial art to be your preferred form of study, it's because there's a unique aspect to that study. There's a process that a true karate teacher puts you through. It's about self-exploration, it's about facing fears, it's about dealing with your own personal quirks and issues, and having this medium, a very strict training regime, being the place where you examine all of that.
それはね、私の指導方針として、国内国際の社会にね貢献できる人物を空手道を通じてね、その汗の中から養成をしたいね。21世紀になったから言ってね、21世紀の空手は私は教えません。昔の空手を教えます。それが21世紀から22、23ね、ずっと続いていく基礎になると思います。ただ21世紀になったから今度はその1世紀のようなモダン的なことは決して、いたしません。
Orito Sensei, who was the founder of the New York Karate Club, explained that when the JK wanted an instructor to take over his karate club, he wanted a lot of people to take this position. Many famous instructors came to New York. Mori Sensei came in 1968. At the end of all that, he wanted him. He says, of all the people that have come through here, the guy I'm willing to give up my club to is this man. The others were very interested in, how much money they were going to be paid, and where would they live, and what kind of stipends would they get, and others were like, well, what's the nightlife like in New York, and where can they hang out? And he says he really didn't want that. Mori Sensei came, and he knew his job was to develop a school, And he wasn't concerned with any of those things. He didn't come here to womanize, he didn't come here to drink and to party and to make a lot of money. He came to develop a school. Complete honesty. That was his task, and he was going to take it on with complete seriousness. And Orito Sensei said that's what convinced him. He told him, he said, if you want this club, when I leave, that's the guy you have to send here or else I'll disband it. And that's who they sent. And that's who we've been here ever since.
Which class will you Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And then starting the beginning of the month. Okay. If you want today, shoot them! Ice! Right! Seven! Don't stiff the arms. Move! Move! Hey!
Even though karate encompasses the body, the mind, and ultimately the spirit, it's a physical art, and a lot of Mori Sensei's teaching happens on a physical level. His aim is to make his students better people in the world, and he goes after that goal by whatever means he feels appropriate.
Don't move the arms. Stay on. Let's go from here.
What makes Mori Sensei unique and what makes him a master teacher in his own right is that intangible thing that draws people to this club and keeps them here for many years. And it is how he views the process and how all of his energies are put into cultivating that process for each and every student. And that's seeing how someone has started from the very beginning and how 10 years down the line, Mori Sensei is still pushing that particular person's particular button. And it's extraordinary to watch. And what happens is when 10 years down the line turns into 15 years down the line, that person's button is gone. That person's button has been eradicated through 15 years of him pushing. That person has now transformed themselves with his help into a person who no longer has that particular issue. That's the therapy. That's the process. And you know what? It came through doing thousands of punches over those 15 years. And you know what? Your punch may not be any better. Some people, their punches haven't gotten worse over those 15 years. But that wasn't the concern. That button is gone. That issue is gone. That thing that you were struggling with in the karate class and out of the karate class is no longer a struggle for you. And then Sensei goes off and finds a new button for you. And a lot of teachers don't do that. It's what makes him unique. If I had to describe him in a single word, he would be sincere. You can't fault him at all in his absolute dedication, because he firmly believes that this is the right thing to do. How to go about it is his method, and he's dedicated his life to perfecting that method to achieve the goals of a teacher and a karate master. When I close my eyes and I think about karate, and moments of meditation before and after a class. I've often envisioned a perfectly smooth circle, and our struggle is we have to create that for ourselves.
Seek perfection of character. Seek perfection of character. Be faithful. Be faithful. Endeavor. Endeavor. Respect others. Respect others. Refrain from violent behavior. And refrain from violent behavior.
When you think about teachers of high level like Mori Sensei, they have like this sort of, perfect crystal. Step by step, you reach that until it's completely perfectly smooth.